Kalemanna, and then there's an investment project that is coming from South India to develop the port in Kalemanna as well. That is actually publicized in India as well. We recently had a meeting with the aviation minister as well. The Indian team came and I was also on that committee as well to developing that area. That's a 3-year project. So that's going to be like a spiritual city for both Hindu and Buddhist. To engage and take it forward. So those are all positive. And at the same time, today in the morning, we met the Tamil Film Producers Association,
Yes.
and film tourism is another key sector. Because as you know, Sri Lanka is considered to be a studio like legends like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg when they shot Indiana Jones. So, and the thing is, rather than going to a European country or an African country, Sri Lanka is next door. And with Honorable Minister's guidance, we have creating a single window through the Tourism Promotion Bureau, where when you apply, you don't have to, unlike before, you don't have to go to 42 institutes. You apply and within 2 weeks you get all the approvals that you need. That's a positive message that I want you to take as well. That is going to be promoted today as well through B2B sessions. So film tourism is another key area, and then weddings is also, because for Indians already from north we are getting a lot of packages coming in. To have a high-end luxury or even a small ceremony in Sri Lanka is 1/10 the cost of having it in India. But then the beauty of the country, whether you want to have it in a jungle, whether you want to have it in the sea or a river or a 5, 6, 7-star hotel, we have all those facilities. So that's a very open, a small island which gives you everything, not only the sun and sea.
Recently, ZTV had one of their two episodes in Jaffna that has done. Lots are coming in, but now what we're trying to do from a government is have all the approvals done within 24 hours, because normally when you're shooting a movie in countries, there are so much of approvals you need to take. So we have put up for cabinet approval, and I think today's cabinet, it should have got approved, and that is a single day approval for film shooting in Sri Lanka. So I think, because as Mr. Chalak Gajabha said, Sri Lanka is a studio, and there's so much of new locations, and people are now tired of seeing the same locations in the world sometimes. So maybe Sri Lanka might be the best option. There's so much of movies that doesn't come to my head, but lots have planned many movies in Sri Lanka already. 2018, that was 2.3 million tourists. But I feel, I am quite hopeful, we will touch close to 2 million, and our earnings will come close to about $3 billion, which is more than what IMF gave us. So that will be better for Sri Lanka, and I think the tourism is one way forward, easily to get the country back on track.
2 million.
Yeah, we're hoping to touch 2 million and trying to get an earnings around 3 billion.
What is the GDP percentage?
Per tourist at the moment, average spending is about $200 to $250 a day. But we are looking at, as we move along, as the demand increases, as you know, the price will also be increased. So, but what I say is, right now, it's an ideal time for Indians to travel, because 1 Indian rupee in Sri Lanka is 4 Sri Lankan rupees, and we are also looking at the fact of how Indian rupees can be used in Sri Lanka, and that will be that is already been spoken by the central bank, and it looks like within the next 2 to 3 weeks there will be an approval for Indian money to be accepted in Sri Lanka, which will be a phenomenal change in all the dimensions. There is a bit of lots of presence, because that was the first flight that came into Jaffna after a while. But basically, I also went last week. I feel the presence are slowly disappearing, and
also it's army base.
Yeah, that's where they were
Based on a airport based on army.
Oh, I went around Jaffna.
Yeah.
All over.
Did you see a lot of them?
Everywhere.
But the
Especially
thing,
Tamil.
yeah, but the thing is, what it rose to what it is now, it's very much this. And the problem, actually, you're correct, because some of the main lands, they were, from the wartime, they were occupied. Now the president has given instructions for them to withdraw, but where do they withdraw? We don't have space in Colombo for them to withdraw even, so they can't. So I think they have a plan of slowly moving, because most of the tourist areas also, I am having a problem because they are occupying those areas. So I want to put them out for investment. So we have spoken about it. I'm very positive because the North politicians are also very helpful with us in getting these lands again released to the public for agriculture, for investment purposes, and especially for tourism. If you see the Delft Islands, it's one of the best islands in the world. But even lots of the Sri Lankans haven't seen Delft Island. So this is something that we are trying to also move, and I'm hopeful that will happen. Just because you can
Yeah,
see.
please, on the other side, there's a B2B session going on. Please, take some questions. Yes, sir.